The ghost town of Phenix, Missouri, just outside of Springfield, existed for the sole purpose of mining limestone and marble from the adjacent quarry. Phenix, a once thriving town, was actually discovered by accident. When the railroad blasted a roadbed through the present site of the town, limestone was discovered. Years later, it was discovered that Phenix stone was of such high quality, the burning of the lime was stopped and the workers concentrated on the marble. Phenix Marble dominated the construction of the Missouri State Capitol building in Jeff City, as well as the Greene County Courthouse and the Greene County Jail. And we're about to go on a journey of Phenix Marble with Freddie Flores of Phenix Marble. There's so much rich history here in Walnut Grove, Missouri. And this behind us looks like a really weird building. Explain what this is.
Well, these are lime kilns. These have been existing in the area since the turn of the century, 1800s. And there was a railroad station that ran from Springfield to Kansas City. And back in that time, at the turn of the century, everybody was involved in the agricultural business, and most generally they had outdoor plumbing and outhouses. So everybody needed lime. And in this area is where they had the highest grade of lime concentrated, and they would cook it down for agricultural lime and also for the use of outhouse waste neutralization.
Outhouse waste neutralization. That's a nice way to put it. And on the way here, I noticed lots of old buildings. Tell me about those.
Well, there's a couple old buildings. There's an existing house that was an example of probably 20 or 30 homes that were home to the workers that was supplied by the company at the time, which was a pretty nice benefit. And also they had 2 hotels. They had a mercantile general store where they could trade instead of using money, barter their hours for goods. And for the weekends, there was a Kiel Auditorium where they also hosted an orchestra on Saturday nights. The first non-denominational church that was ever recorded, that I believe that's the case here in Missouri, and a schoolhouse where one of the famous students was Bonnie from Bonnie and Clyde.
And we'll find out a little bit more about the Bonnie and Clyde history a little later with Teresa.
We're still visiting with Freddie Flores at the Phenix Marble Quarry. Freddie, what a fun experience this has been. We've actually come out over this big ledge over part of the quarry, as you can see behind us. We're making sure to hold on. Freddie, you've continued to tell us some of the historical data about this site, and one of the things that intrigued me most was the fact that Bonnie and Clyde were here. Tell me a little about that.
Well, Bonnie's father was one of the quarrymen working here, and she attended the school that was just across the road. She later met up with Clyde Burrow, and they became the infamous Bonnie and Clyde. One of the funniest things I heard was about an old sheriff that used to live in the area said that one time they saw Bonnie and Clyde just flying down the country road, and they said, we didn't even try to catch them because they had a 12-cylinder Duesenberg, and all we had was like a 6-cylinder Ford, so we knew we didn't have a chance to catch them. So.
Now, you also mentioned to us, Freddie, the fact that you found a little surprise when you guys were cleaning up the quarry. Tell me about that.
Yeah, the owner, Dave Richter, when he first purchased the quarry back in the 70s, he was cleaning up some areas, and there was this one area that was a blasting material storage place, and he pulled the rocks back and went back there and found some old Kansas City bank bags, which we assumed probably came from, the Bonnie and Clyde tie.
Now, was there any money in those bags?
Well, he says no, but about a few months later he had a new bulldozer, so we don't.
Oh, well, there you have it. That one we'll probably never find out. There is such a rich history here at the quarry, and Liz and I have had just a tremendous time visiting with you, Freddie, and Liz is going to take us on the end of our tour. So thanks so much for watching KWBM's Business Profile, and stay tuned.
And welcome back to the Historical Happenings segment of Business Profile. We're here with Freddie Flores of Phenix Marble. This place is so beautiful. You guys do a lot here, don't you?
Yeah, mostly what we're doing now on my part of it is doing countertops and fireplaces, flooring, restoring historic sites and adding new dimensions to new building products as well.
And you're quite the designer as well.
Well, thank you. I have a showroom at the Cedar Creek Showroom on Golden behind Missouri Neon. And I also have a website at Freddie, F-R-E-D-D-I-E, Phenix, P-H-E-N-I-X. We spell Phoenix without an O.
Right.
Phoenix, FreddiePhoenix.com. and you can get a good view of some of the finished products that we're doing now.
And that's the best way to get a hold of you if somebody wants to hire you?
Yes, I have a contact area on that, so you can see my products, and if you're interested, I'll be happy to give you a free estimate.
Well, thank you so much for taking us around today. Teresa and I have had a blast.
It's been my pleasure.
I'm Liz Valentine, Freddie Flores of Phenix Marble, and thank you so much for watching Historical Happenings on Business Profile.